Kids is a charity that works with disabled children and young people and their families. We provide support in the Hull and East Riding of Yorkshire area, and each year we support hundreds of families by providing various services which enable children to be included in play and leisure activities, access appropriate education. We also support and inform families so that they can help their own children enjoy and achieve in life. Different services have different age ranges, but basically the services that we deliver cover from birth right up until 25. For parents themselves, we have a key worker service which will support parents, coordinate service for them and signpost them onto different services, and that's really from birth. So when parents first have a disabled child, the key worker service will come into play. We have a parent partnership service that offers independent education advice to parents whose children have special educational needs upon their rights in education. We have various play and leisure services, so we provide summer holiday play schemes for young people aged 8 to 19, and that enables them to enjoy all the basic activities that normal children take for granted really, but with a lot of additional support. We have a youth group which again enables children to actually meet together. They can form friendships which sometimes they may have difficulties with, but they can be encouraged to do that within a safe environment. They also choose their own activities that they want to do, which may be something like ice skating, which they might need a lot of help and support with. We also run outreach play development sessions within the East Riding, so we have sessions in Hornsea, Goole, Withensea, various sessions within the Bridlington area and Heddon, and they're sessions that the parents take the preschool children with, and they're targeted at moving those children's development forward in all areas. We provide home visiting where preschool children go through a home learning programme that's devised by the worker in conjunction with the parents, and it moves those children forward in educational terms. So there's a whole remit of services. We also have something called the Young People's Inclusion Network, where young people themselves are deciding what they want to do and what they need to be included in mainstream activities. So there's a whole host really of services that we are providing.
The Young People's Inclusion Network is a project that's young people led, working alongside young people to look at what the process of inclusion is within mainstream. So it's getting away from the accessibility, so access is a lift, a slope or no steps, whatever. It's more about how inclusive is that facility for young people with impairments to be able to feel included and feel like they're welcome, rather than it's just access, lift, wheelchair sort of stuff. We're not actually focusing on the person's impairments, we're focusing on what they require for feeling included. So we have a form called Requirements for Inclusion, and then we know what that young person needs to be included in any particular thing that we do. And it's not about what their impairment is, whether they're a wheelchair user, whether they're visually impaired or anything. It's about what they want to feel included, and that's the main crust of it really. Otherwise then we're focusing on the medical model, and it's about trying to solve a problem that actually is a society problem in the way that people are excluded from society by barriers that are in the way.
I do a variety of different projects that I'm working on. One of them is the mentors program, so I'm a mentor for the Yorkshire and Humber region. Another big part of my work is I'm the website development officer for the Young People's Inclusion Network website, and we also have an online forum as well.
What parents actually get out of being involved with kids, I think they have a real sense that kids is an organisation that's there for them and that will offer support to them and really offer it throughout the child's life, because we do offer services from 0 to 25, and also parents do get an opportunity to meet up with other parents, and I think they gain great strength from that.
I was referred to them by our health visitor. We were having concerns that my son wasn't speaking, and our health visitor said that kids would be a good way to bring him on. When we first used to come, the beginning of the session was always like a singing, joining in, and he would scream all the way through it because he couldn't join in because he didn't know the words. But every session we see a big change in his attitude to singing and joining in. It's fantastic, really, to see your child come on that way.
Well, I think you just have to look at the children and the way they develop with the help of the group. Betsy's come on leaps and bounds, as I know have the other children. And if we can expand anything that's done, if we could maybe take the sessions outside, funding for outside activities, anything, just to help the children along with their development, because that's what it's all about, really.
Obviously we need cash donations. Sometimes that can come from a business itself, a small donation or a large donation, or sometimes they might want to think about organising a fundraising event. That can be good team building for the staff, and it can be a good way of thinking of supporting kids. Sometimes help has been in kind as well. For example, we built a local website this year, and we've had things printed about the organisation all through voluntary contributions from local businesses. So there are many different ways businesses can help, and we need all those kinds of support.
Until very recently, we were unaware of kids' existence because they don't particularly have a high profile. But having visited their premises and seen the services and everything else that they provide, they're very important to the local community. They get funding from local government, central government and what have you, but it's clearly not enough. So if businesses out there locally want to make a difference locally, then just take a bit of time out, get to learn about kids, find out what you can do to help them.
To me, kids, I'm wholeheartedly behind kids. I started off 16 years ago myself as a parent receiving services for kids, and it was like a lifeline to me.
To me personally, kids is a personal commitment. I have a disabled child myself. I got involved as a parent and as a volunteer originally. I believe in what kids is doing, and I really want to see this centre at kids really grow and develop, and with support from the community we can do that.
Kids is good for us because it brings us together as a family, and the children love it, and that's the main thing.
If Janice or any member of her team, sort of pick up the phone and give you a call, then take that call and go down and spend some time with them and see what you can do for them, because it is a very worthwhile organisation.
Being part of this project is just fantastic because it gives me that platform to express myself, and it feels that finally I've got a voice, and that I can start to change things for the better.